Hello dear friends, in this video we are going to try to grow our deposit from $10 to $100. This is as simple as possible, working with a 1-minute strategy using the RSI indicator. So watch this video until the end. I will tell you how to trade using this strategy, how to set up the RSI indicator so that it gives the most accurate signals, and whether it is possible to grow a deposit from $10 to $100. By the way, I should mention that I will be breaking the rules. Risk management and money management will be ignored in this video, but you should never do this yourself because this is just an experiment for the video. And don't forget about my Telegram channel. In my Telegram channel, I share daily reports on trading sessions with the team in the VIP channel. Here's a report from the latest trading session. Here, we secured 9 profitable trades. By the way, we trade twice a day on weekdays and once a day on weekends. I also share my life in my Telegram channel and regularly hold giveaways. And here's a report on the latest giveaway. Here, the winner received $1,000. I've also created free educational material for beginners in trading. It's completely free. In other words, I'm not selling anything. If you want to get access to the educational material or join the VIP channel, you can simply go to my Telegram channel and send me a direct message. Here's my contact. Let's move on to trading. In order to trade using this strategy, we need to set the duration of each trade. 1 minute. For each trade, I will be using my entire deposit. You should absolutely never do this. We also need to switch to the 1 minute time frame, and we need to add the RSI indicator. Here I have it added already. Click on it and the RSI indicator will appear at the bottom. We need to configure it. Let me show you now how to set up the RSI indicator. First click on the pencil icon, then click right here, and over here instead of 70 set it to 80 in this field, and instead of 30 set it to 20. Now click the save button and let's see what we have here. We see the RSI indicator and we have an overbought zone and an oversold zone. When the price touches the overbought zone, we open a trade to go down. When the price touches the oversold zone, we open a trade to go up. If you look at the historical price action, the price almost never breaks through this zone at all. There was a breakout here. But if you examine other areas, there were no breakouts, neither above nor below. Now we need to carefully find a moment when the price is near one of the zones. That is either the overbought zone or the oversold zone. In order to open our very first trade today, let's look for just the right moment, and right here is our first opportunity. To open our first trade, we can clearly see that the price has almost reached our designated overbought zone. So let's go ahead and open a trade for a price decrease at the close of this candle. Let me immediately tell beginners, those who are trading with this strategy for the first time, wait until the price actually touches the overbought or oversold zone. If it doesn't quite touch the line, that can be quite a risky move. Since I have a lot of professional experience in this field, I can open trades that don't quite touch the oversold or overbought zones. So, my dear friends, I have officially warned you about the risks. Now we will open a 1-minute trade downwards for the amount of $10. Alright, and now we wait for our trade to close. While our trade is running, let me tell you about something my team and I have started. It's a challenge where we're trying to go from $100 to $50,000. This isn't our first challenge. We've already successfully completed 4 of these challenges. Well, actually 3. This is the 4th one that we've just officially launched. In the very first challenge, we went from $100 all the way up to $20,000. In the second challenge, we went from $50 to $30,000. In the third challenge, we went from $30 to $35,000. And now, in our 4th challenge, which we've just started, we're trying to go from $100 to $50,000. This is definitely the highest goal we've ever set for our challenge. We've never done anything quite like this before. If you want to take part in this challenge, all you need to do is join my team. By the way, our trade went through. It's free. Just follow the link in the comments under this video and send me a direct message, something like, "Hi, I want to join the team." I'll add you completely free of charge. So our first trade has closed. Let's immediately change the amount for one trade to $19 and find another currency pair so that we can open our next trade. Now we clearly see another excellent trading opportunity to open our next trade. We see that the price has almost reached deep into the oversold zone, and I definitely think we can open our next trade for an increase right here. Let's go ahead and open our trade for an increase right away now and see exactly what the final outcome of this position will be. Of course, here the price once again doesn't quite touch our oversold zone, but I have enough professional experience to open such trades confidently. As I mentioned to you before, if you are trading for the very first time today, with this specific strategy, you should always wait carefully until the price actually touches the oversold or overbought zone. So, my dear friends and fellow traders, now we must wait for the trade to finally close. We can clearly see that a significant and powerful upward impulse is forming right now, but let's see what exactly comes of it. So there's just a little bit of time left until the trade officially closes, so let's watch it together. By the way, if this trade goes through, our balance will already be a total of $36.48. So as you can see, we wait for the close with just a few seconds left until our trade closes. And the trade has officially closed for us now. Plus, the balance is now already $36.84 to be exact. So now let's move on and add another currency pair. And let's find the next opportunity to open our next trade. So dear friends, I've just found a very promising next opportunity to open our next trade. So this will already be our third trade of the session, and as we can clearly see on the chart, the price has almost reached our oversold level on the RSI indicator. Therefore, let's prepare to open our third trade for an increase with a 1-minute duration right after this current candle closes. Alright, now let's wait patiently for this candle to finish its close and get ourselves ready to open the trade immediately without any delay. We can see that the candles here are getting smaller. This suggests that most likely we're about to see a reversal. We're opening a trade for an increase. While the trade is in progress, dear friends, I'd like to tell you about something. I know I feel like I've been talking about this a lot lately in my videos, but I really want to give everyone a serious heads up. I want to talk about all this nonsense, because many people don't know about this and fall for it, but it simply doesn't work. Lately on YouTube, I've been seeing a lot of different guys who make these predictions and talk about their automated bots on Telegram that supposedly predict exactly where the price will go. But I'll tell you from my own experience, I personally tried out 5 different kinds of these trading bots when I first started out in the market, and I found that not a single one of those 5 bots actually works. These bots operate on the principle of a randomizer, meaning they only predict trades with a 50-50 chance, which is essentially no better than a coin toss. In other words, they just don't work. So, my dear friends, if you ever feel the sudden urge to use these bots, I strongly advise you to stay away from them. Because these bots simply do not work at all, and don't waste your time or your hard-earned money on these bots. So, our trade closed with a profit of $63. That's now on our balance. Let's now switch over to another currency pair so we can open our next trade. And this one right here will be the final trade of the day. Let's find the next opportunity. So, I've identified the perfect next opportunity to open our final trade. We can see that the price has now steadily approached our overbought level. So now once this candle closes, we'll open, or actually, let's do it now. If the price reaches this level, we'll open our final trade for a decrease. So we can see that the price touched this level and started to go down. Let's do this. If the price touches this level now, we'll open a trade for a decrease, or, well, let's just open the trade now. Of course, maybe I rushed a bit, dear friends, but I would not recommend that you do this if you are going to trade using this strategy. It is essential that you always wait until the price reaches the overbought or oversold zone of the STI. Because I have a lot of professional experience, I can estimate with reasonable accuracy exactly where the market price is headed, so I can afford to take on this particular kind of financial risk. So, dear friends, we can see that a strong downward impulse has formed. I hope it will continue like this further. If this trade closes in profit, our balance will be $117. And this will be yet another confirmation that you can turn $10 into $100, $200, or even $300. You just need to trade correctly according to the strategy and have enough experience. So we see that there are just a few seconds left until the trade closes, and the trade closed in profit. Excellent. The balance is $117.93. So dear friends, we have grown the deposit from $10 to $100. That's all for now, dear friends. Thank you all for watching. The link to my Telegram channel will be in the comments under this video. Goodbye, everyone.